To be black don't mean you're better than another group or another ethnic group. But it's just to stake a claim of who you are in your relationship to God. Now, there are people who want to say that they are the chosen people of God here, and this group is the chosen people of God there. Mostly every ethnic group had a warner and a prophet come to them. But there's only one ethnic group today that fit the biblical version of the children of Israel. Let me say some of the different things that they say about the children of Israel and see if that sounds like us today. Hard-headed, stiff-necked, mule-like people, easy to be led in the wrong direction, hard to be led in the right direction. Was that the children of Israel? Does that sound like black people here in America? And so first we got to get back to our blackness. We got to get back to our essence. And you know what? Our music will change overnight. Because when you know who you are, you think different. You act different. And it's okay to be a black Hebrew because that's part of us. It's okay to be a black Muslim because the first Muslim was black. Reality, the Caucasian has no actual origin or place of origin on the planet. Just got here yesterday, about 6,000 years ago. So they're native to no part of the planet. So just so you can think, maybe he came from us. Just think about it. This is Black History Month. And it's only 28 days in Black history. And we get a leap year. Well, I want you to know that Black history is 365 days a year. And we'll be coming back to you periodically to share with you information on our blackness and who we are. The Temple of Mercy Association has books that we call our prescribed readings. Each month we're in a different book, speaking on a different subject. This month, instead of talking about all of our inventions and all of the things that black people did here in North America, and we did some great, magnificent, wonderful things. But guess what? It was in our sleep state. Oh yeah, George Washington Carver and all that stuff he did with the peanuts, over 400 and different things that he derived from a peanut, that was in his sleep state. But nobody talks about us when we were awoke. When we were over in Africa, when we were over in a place they called Egypt, whose real name is Kemet. When we started along the Nile Valley as Nubians, then Ethiopians. And before Nubians, we were Anunnaki. And they called the land area Anu. I'm talking about back then when we built the pyramids, when we built the Sphinx, and all kind of other inventions back then that we had. Most of us think that America and its technology and Britain and their technology is going into the future. But I'm here to tell you that they're not going into the future. They're going into the past. We already had laser technology. We already had use of CDs and whatnot. We already had use of computers. Way before the white man discovered it. He discovered television in the 40s. We already had that form of communication thousands, even millions of years ago. And so I'm here to tell you that we got a lot to be proud of. But the more we expose what they stole, the more dangerous you will become as a people. Because, see, their children then would have to know the truth. That George Washington never told a lie, that was the biggest lie he ever told. So we need to know these type of truths. Another thing, since it's Black history, I want you to find me somebody white named Washington. George Washington, Our so-called first president had a lot of black slaves. And he named most of their last names Washington. He never had any white children. And that's why the majority of that's mostly everybody you find whose last name is Washington, the lineage comes from George Washington. Now that's black history for you. Like our friend Lou Palmer used to say, enough to make a Negro turn black. Oh, you hearing it here today. I am yours truly, Brother Minister Rahim Chesed Aton, founder of the Temple of Mercy Association here in Chicago, Illinois, a movement, an organization that stands on being all-inclusive, black conscious, righteous, not religious, righteous, not organization, movement. Thank you.
Marcus Garvey laid the blueprints for blacks in America.
Welcome back, family. In this segment of our program, I'm going to go a little more into black or African American, but just from a different perspective, because the whole entire lecture series is entitled "The Kingdom of Heaven is at Hand, and the Kingdom of God is within." And just in knowing that, you hear the word kingdom twice. And we're saying now that we need to build the kingdom of God on earth. Well, when you're talking about a kingdom, you're actually talking about another government. And two things can't occupy the same space. If there's a government coming in, which is God's kingdom, then another government has to go out. And we already know that according to the Bible itself, which the Temple of Mercy Association reads Bible, Quran, Hosea, other Kemetic literature, we already know that in the Bible, in Revelation, when it talks about Babylon, that it's talking about America. And so when it says Babylon the Great is falling, and has become a habitation of devils, it's saying America has fallen and has become a habitation of devils. And the whole of every foul bird, cage bird. So where do we stand then as black people? Whatever denomination we want to prescribe to, whatever particular black ethnic persuasion we want to ascribe to, some say that we Yoruba, that we should be studying that religion or that people. Some say Swahili is the language we should be studying. I say study them both. But here in America, dealing with the condition of black people, we are at war. And when you are at war, you have to study the language of the people in the terrain where you are doing your fighting. And our fight, the members of the Temple of Mercy Association, the Toma Nation, our fight is in North America, in the urban cities of North America. And in our urban cities, we have Hispanics in our neighborhood. They don't live here, but they work here. We have Arabs in our neighborhood. They don't live here, but they work here. They have businesses here. We have Koreans. We have Chinese. And so what do? We have to learn Spanish, Arabic, Hebrew, and the languages of the people that are in our community. They leave our community every day, going back to their own community, taking our money and building their community, while our community turns to a ghetto. Money is the lifeblood of any community. It's just like the blood in the body. It has to circulate. When it circulates, it says you're alive. When it stops circulating and it's going out, you're dying. Well, if money is the lifeblood of a community and our money does not circulate, it goes directly out. Those foreigners leave our community, take our money out, and puts it somewhere else in their community. In their community, their money circulates 5, 6, 7 times. Their communities are vibrant. Their communities are functioning. Ours is dying because the money leaves the community never to return again. Oh, they return, but not to bring nothing back, but to take some more out. And so I say that we're lost because we've been taught in a way that maintains a relationship of slave, slave master. Oh, I know what I'm saying. Because anytime black people want to do something, you know what we do? We go and beg. I've been in many meetings. I've been in many workshops. I've sat at many tables of many different pastors. I am a member, a board member of the pastors of Inglewood. I've sat in many meetings where they would say, here's what we need to do for our community. Here's what we need to do on this end. We need to start this workshop and workshops on anger management and whatnot. And then the next thing that comes out of their mouth is, we need funding. Then we go for a grant. Then we go for government funding and whatnot. And as soon as we're doing that, we think in our mind that the people that put us in our condition, that benefits off of our condition, would actually be funding us to help us get out of a condition that they benefit financially from. How does that sound to you? And then as soon as a project begins to truly work for our people, the next thing you hear about is they lost the funding. That should tell you right then and there they didn't mean for it to work. And that should also let you understand that we got to come out of being a begging people. That it is time for us to do for ourselves. Now, that takes me to something called religion. You know about religion. Earlier I talked about certain philosophies and different names we call ourselves. And I showed you how